welcome to our presentation of the chair massage. We have Reese with us here today, who's going to be the model, and over here we have a few things that you will need. Number one is hand sanitizer. Make sure that you always have clean hands and that your nails are short. Also, we have just a moisturizer cream here that I will use if I'm working on the arms or hands. And these are disinfectant wipes. Between each client, we always wipe down the chair and the area so that everything is sanitized and clean. And also, we have paper towels. Now, we use these not only for wiping down the chair, but to use as a face cradle. Today, we're using a face cradle that fits right on there, a nice cloth one. But if you don't have that at home, it's very simple just to take, or when we go to different sports events and we see a lot of clients, we just tear it like this, and then they can breathe right through the cracks there. Now we're going to begin by gently laying our hands on the client. Now if you're at a women's retreat, or you're someplace that it's proper that you can pray, you can just say a very short prayer such as, Lord, please give me healing hands for, and in this case it would be for Reese. And that's it. You want to keep it short and sweet. We always begin and end with simple touch. So I'm just going to lay my hands on, and then I'm going to slowly start just doing some circular, what we call petrissage or kneading. And as you notice, I'm not using my thumbs. I'm saving my thumbs, because too often people give massage and they're often saying that their thumbs wear out. So this way you can save the thumbs, and as you can see, I'm even using the heel of my hand in circular petrissage motions to massage right on what we call the infraspinatus. It's a muscle that lies right on the scapula. And I'm going to go out to the side and get some of these teres muscles. You just want to be careful not to go too much out to the side because we want to avoid any breast tissue. We can go down the shoulders and over the deltoids, back up. And then many people are stressed out and have tension right here in what we call these upper traps. So it feels good just to even take it and squeeze it. And I'm just going like this, just with my straight fingers, squeezing gently, and you can even kind of push, pull a bit. Then we're going to work our way down the back doing the catwalk. And that's simply pressing in the palm of the hands and bringing the fingers together. We want to make sure to have as much contact with the client as possible. So we don't want to go like this, although that may feel okay too. We want to make sure we have lots of contact. So we can work up and down 2 or 3 times, maybe another little shoulder squeeze. Then I'm going to do what we call the fist twist. And we're just going to simply warm up what we call these erector muscles. There are 3 muscles on each side of the spine. And as we come down over the sacrum, we're going to go a little more gentle because it's closer to the bone. We never want to massage bone. We can massage around it and go gently over it, but our purpose is to massage the muscles. And as you can see, I'm working actually the upper glutes here, which when somebody has lower back pain, this is a wonderful place to work and very easy with the fist twist. Here's the iliac crest, and just below it is the soft tissue of the upper glutes. Also very non-invasive. And for any of my pressure, I'm leaning into it using body mechanics. So I'm using my legs for the pressure, not my arms. Now we can do just a little bit more petrissage up in the shoulders. Then I'm going to move on to a stretch of the erectors. Now here we have the spine, and again, we're not massaging on the spine at all. We're going to place the heel of the hand on the opposite side of the spine and just gently push out. And as you can see, my angle is a little bit diagonal here, so I'm getting a good stretch. If I'm too far over this way, I'm just going to slip right off. We don't want to do that. We just want to give a nice, gentle stretch. How's that feel, Reese?
So good.
And just nice and slow, steady rhythm. This is what keeps it relaxed. And we want to make sure that we go from the top to the bottom. So from close to C7, which is the base of the neck, the whole way on down to the sacral area. And then each time you can use just a little bit more pressure to get just a little bit more stretch. Now that I'm in the sacral area, I'm going to go ahead and switch. I'm going to place my hand on the other shoulder and just simply go to the other side. And as graceful as you can do that. We always want to keep our hands on the client. Once you begin the massage, you never take your hands off the client. Then again, I'm going to just go to tension, just as far as it will comfortably go for a nice stretch. And the whole way down to the sacral area. And back up again. Is this pressure okay?
Mm-hmm.
It's always good to check in with the client to make sure that we're not applying too much pressure. Then this is the one place where I do use my thumbs. It feels great. Just between the scapula here and the spine, we have the mid-traps, and below those are the rhomboids. And as I'm working in here, I can often feel trigger points and some tight areas, and people love to be worked right along the spine here and out towards the scapula. This whole area often gets very tight. So once we've petrissaged up to C7, we're going to take our straight fingers, mostly the forefinger and the thumb, and you can use these other ones to back up your forefinger. And we're just going to do nice circles using the skin. As you can see, I'm not rubbing across the skin because this is not effleurage, but we're using the skin to manipulate the lower tissues. And just nice circles and bringing it up. And we want to slowly continue up. Now I'm going to change my position to go up a little higher till we reach what we call the suboccipital area, which is right below the back of the skull. And this is a wonderful area to work for people who have a tendency towards headaches. It can even help take a headache away just working in these areas. If you feel something tight, you can just hold it there for a few seconds and just move on. And then from here, keeping contact, I'm going to slowly move around to the front of the chair and now use the pads of my fingers and my body weight just to pull back a little bit or to traction as I work this area. And because it can be very tender, I often ask the client, how is this pressure? Is that comfortable?
Yes, it is.
So this is comfortable for her. So I can work right along to what we call the mastoid process, or the edge of the occipital ridge here. We don't want to work behind the ear because there's just too many nerves and lymph that we don't want to interfere with. Work this area some more. And this is a great position here because I can just hook in and lean back. And I want to kind of hook and pull up as I lean back so that I'm not smashing her face into the face cradle. And then another position, hook and lean back. And right from here, we can go into the scalp massage. Now, often I'll ask the client, is it okay that I work on your scalp? It may mess your hair up just a little bit. Is that okay, Reese?
Absolutely.
And most people say, yes, just mess my hair up, I don't care. Others say, I have a meeting coming up, try not to mess up my hair, and that's fine too. So if they don't care about their hair getting messed up, I will do more of this kind of a slide with the pads of my fingers. Now if they're afraid that I'm going to mess their hair up, or maybe they don't have hair, or they have really tight braids, what I'll do is just place the pads of my fingers onto the scalp and then roll the skin. Just doing small little rolls, but covering that whole scalp. And again, this is a great thing to do for people who are having headaches. Starting with the neck, working those suboccipitals, and right in this temple area is also a wonderful place to work. Right above and in front of the ear, as much as you can reach. Now you do not want to scratch a lot on the face cradle because their ears are right there and they can hear it. So you want to be careful about that. Make sure that you're thorough and cover the whole head. And I'll use my thumbs, actually the pads of my thumbs, for the top of the scalp. And again, I'm not using my thumbs much at all throughout this whole massage. So once we're finished petrissaging the scalp, we're going to move the palm of our hands right down on the shoulders in the soft area, and I'm going to lean with my body just from one side to the other and give a nice little stretch here on these muscles. You have your upper traps, levator scapula, and staying in the soft tissue using the palm of the hand, I'm just going to go back and forth. You can even place your whole palm on their shoulder here. And back and forth a few times. And how's that feel, Reese?
Really good.
It's always nice to add a little bit of stretch in there. And I'm just going to work down the neck. Back to the shoulders. And I can give a squeeze and another push-pull. And then I'm going to catwalk down again. And the nice thing about chair massage, there are many moves that you can create and utilize as long as they're comfortable for your client and comfortable for you as well. And just very softly, what we call nerve strokes, always down and away from the brain. And that's what we end with. Then we can have them sit up, if you don't mind. So this way we kind of want to wake them back up again. So once the client is sitting up, it's very nice just to take the heel of the hand, and if you see here's the clavicle, I'm going to go just below the clavicle and definitely above the breast tissue. We don't want to go any lower than this, but we can work a little medial toward the sternum on the front. In the back, we have the scapula here. And we're going to work from the scapula towards the spine and back again. It's just a very comfortable thing that I've found and a good way to wake them back up after a 10 or 20 minute chair massage. And chair massages can be done anywhere from 5 minutes to 10 minutes to 20 minutes or even half an hour. I'm going to transition to the other side simply by popping over the sternum and the spine. And just work that area as well. Or I can go around to the other side, but always keeping contact. Now if Reese were about 100 pounds more, or I had a big guy on my chair, it's much easier for me to use my forearms and my elbows instead of trying to do everything with my hands. And because at some conventions you may be working on 15, 20, 30 people in a day, you need to really save your body. We're going to be using our forearms, working right along the traps there, and you can roll it, and a lot of times that feels good. And for people who have a lot of tension back here, I'm just going to bring her arm around to the side. And also for big guys, it's easy to work because when I bring this arm up, the scapula moves over and gives me a little bigger space in here between the spine and the scapula. And I'm going to work right along the edge of the scapula to get these tight muscles under here. And I'm simply going to place my forearm and kind of move to my elbow as I lift up my arm gently. And I can apply a lot of pressure this way without using a lot of energy. How's this, Reese? And just work up and down right along there. Did you know that studies have shown that after a 10-minute massage that actually stimulates the brain, accountants were able to calculate 50% more efficiently with half the errors after being tested before and after a 10-minute massage. And we're going to gently bring her arm around. We never want to leave it there for too long. And we always petrissage nicely after. Another thing you can do is just bring the shoulder out, and I'm just supporting underneath the upper arm here, and I can work these muscles as well, giving a little bit of a stretch if I need to. And also I can place my hand right over the scapula and do these nice rotations that feel really well and help loosen up the scapula. And I'll rotate in 2 different directions here. We realize that not everybody has a professional massage table at home. That is why I'm going to show you how you can simply massage almost anywhere, anytime, just by making your own type of massage chair. So here I have a chair I just pulled out of the breakfast nook, and I found this nice soft blanket, and I'm just going to lay it over like this, and then I'm going to have Roger show us how he can just straddle the chair there, place his arms on the top, and just lean forward, and I have easy access to him for a chair massage. So you can see I have a lot of space here, and if you want to note, body mechanics are very important. They save energy and they also protect the body. Also, another body mechanic move is just going back and forth. Always keeping the back straight, just like we always have the client keeping their back straight. And I'm going to do the shoulder squeeze and the push-pull. So just simply using my body mechanics. Another option at home or at the office or wherever you may be to give a chair massage is I took this blanket and just folded it up a few times to make this table a little bit higher. And also, since we needed a little bit more height on there, I just added a memory foam pillow. And then I'm going to have Roger just lean forward. And I still have easy access to his back, to his neck, and even to his scalp as I can walk around and work on the scalp. And as you can see, my feet are not way back here, but I've brought them up forward so that I have better access to his back and neck. And again, always using good body mechanics. Just remember the basics of chair massage. Make sure your client is in a comfortable position. Make sure you're using good body mechanics. Also make sure that you have good steady rhythm as you go along, breathing comfortably, because the same benefits that somebody else is getting that's in the massage chair are a lot of the benefits that you're getting, such as increased serotonin, increased endorphins. So this is great. All massage therapists should be happy people. So enjoy life as you share chair massage with others.